Snow and ice buildup on unprotected gutters can do real damage.
Hey, good evening, guys. Pat D's here on Money Me. I'm just finishing up watching Fast Money and some of the earnings coming out after the bell. So I appreciate everyone that's joining me. We're going to talk about what happened today in the market. If you guys saw my video last night talking about the stock market correction, man, some stocks really got hit crazy today. Down, and I'm going to pull up the Webull Act.
Time for the final trade.
Final trade. We'll share that, and then we're going to get talking.
So here's a consolidation at the 100-day. I
Hey, Steve.
It's Brazil. The EWZ is poised to move higher with commodity prices.
Karen.
Final trade is one that I did today, which is by FedEx right here. I love the valuation.
Steve.
This is the year of GE. It's up 20% in February. I'm looking quickly.
Guy Downey.
To tell the truth, Mel, see, I know you don't know what that means, but the kitty quietly going higher.
All 25 of them. Thanks for watching. Fast
right.
Go anywhere. Mad Money with Jim Cramer.
We're going to pull up the Webull app now. Webull desktop. What a crazy day today. I'll talk a little bit about what stock things I did. We're loading up here. How's everybody's day? If you guys are watching this on the replay, you can give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it, and comment below. Hey, and if you get a chance and you're looking to invest or get involved in the market and you don't have an account and you want to open an account to get a couple free shares from Webull, it's in the description below. Sign in down there at my referral link, and you can get up to 2 free shares up to $1,800. And because I refer you, click on that link, I get a free share of stock. So, but the market was crazy. I mean, at one time, I think it was down 270 points. Let me pull this up. I'm using the Webull on the desktop, and I just started using this about a week ago instead of just using the regular on the phone app. The Dow, I'm going to pull up today, 1 day. Yeah, look at this. The market, here's what's happening, though. I made back. What terrible timing, though. But if you guys have watched one of my other videos last week, I talked about, probably about 10 days ago, the loss that I was getting in Roku. And it was getting to a point where it was a little over, 10,000, 11,000, depending upon where the stock price was at that particular point. And it was starting to get to the point where I was having to sell some winning stocks to kind of cover that bad trade. And I said, nah, I can't. I kind of can't hold on to that no more. I gotta maybe cut the losses and start working in other. So last week, and let me pull up Roku real quick here. You're gonna hear me talk a lot about Roku if you follow this channel. I'm going to talk. So here's the Roku. Let's pull it up for the past month. Yeah, here I covered in the 480s. And look, I covered about 60% of the shares. And because it had spiked. And what happens is when it spikes like that, you're required either to put up more money or get rid of the stock and stuff. It's been nothing but down since then. So today I woke up and I thought, why not put it opened up at 407, but pre-market I thought I saw it around well, let's see what it was for 5 days. Yeah, I mean 5 days ago it was still in the 465, 470 range. But yesterday, it was still in the 450 range, and it finished down like about $30 yesterday. And I saw it around 419 pre-market, and I said to myself, I put a sell buy to close. If it hits 390, I'm going to get out of the last of my remaining. So I was up late last night, so I was a little restless and laid back down. Didn't want to look at the market because I was a little disgusted. It's gonna nothing's really going on because I bought some calls, and I'm probably going to lose some money on the calls that I bought yesterday, because if you guys are following me on my $1,500 challenge that I'm doing, I did all right the first week. The second week I didn't do no trades, but I did a bunch of trades yesterday, took some calls, and made some money. And one call position that's hurting me right now is nvda, but I even got out of a roku put position that. So I look and I'm like, wow, I got it at 390, but it had hit a bottom of 381. So out of that basically little over $10,000 that I lost in Roku, I've already made back about $2,500. Today I made back approximately, compared to where it was 2 days ago, 50, 60, 30, about $1,800 just in that position right there. But yeah, Roku was down. I mean, the whole market was down. Tesla was crazy today. At one time, Tesla was down. It opened up at 700 and today. Let me see. Make sure that's right. Yeah, the previous close was $714. I mean, Tesla a couple days ago was $744. Let's look at a one-day chart. Tesla opened up at 703, went to and went as low as $619.50. I'm kicking myself because I had bought Tesla puts, 700 puts that expire this Friday. I bought them yesterday for $4. I sold them close to $8, doubled my money. Those puts closed yesterday at 11. Today at one time, they were worth $86. Now, if you don't understand if you don't understand options, $400 yesterday would have been worth $8,600 today at one time, basically at the bottom. Okay. Now, even if you want to time, basically, even if you would have got out at 70, and then it did that was around 9:52 this morning. So the first hour was a bloodbath. It did bounce back up, Tesla, to and then it pretty much traded in it was down 30, and pretty much traded in a range of 670, 700 for the rest of the day. But now after hours, I did buy some calls on this that expire Friday, so I'm hoping to, as part of my $1,500 stock challenge, I did get in a $400 contract for calls. Now after hours, it was announced today that Mrs. Wood, the ARC lady, she bought a lot of shares, I guess, today when the market was down. So that was perceived as good news, and the stock was up 2.5%. But, it goes to show you that basically, they always say escalator up, elevator down. What's that mean? I mean, I see it so many times. And, it's funny because I had people, dude, don't short Roku. What are you thinking? Dude, don't do this. They're coming out with Tesla, it's going to be $1,000. And look, I mean, Tesla at one time, not too long ago, a month ago, was $920. Today, it had hit $620. So you're talking 300 points down. So you got to prepare yourself mentally that these things could happen, and it can be crazy. Let's see. Yeah, here, look at this. Here's the Tesla chart. I mean, from November to January, approximately. Now these are approximate dates, guys, because I'm pinpointing on the Webull desktops chart. But it hit $900 right there on 25th. Well, since then, it's had a couple days where you thought, okay, but the last last pretty much 7-8 trading days, it's been nothing but down. I wish I would. I tell you, and that's what I don't like is when you you become scared money, I guess they call it, because I had taken that loss on Roku and, options, and you don't want to get greedy and stuff like that. But boy, what I would have been better off had I, wanted to budget it that way, bought 2 positions and let one ride. But, pretty much overnight, you could have turned $800 into $15,000 just in one day, just on Tesla. So Tesla did bounce back. The Dow actually was down. The Dow today was down one time, I think 170. It actually finished up slightly, about 18. And the NASDAQ, and I'm just going to pull up the QQQs. Oh, I can click on the markets here. The NASDAQ actually at one time was down 280. So it only finished down 67, 68, 0.5%. But one of my stocks, if you guys follow me, that I recommended was XEC, did very well today, even on a down day. The stock was up $5 or 10%. Look, it's starting to bust out now of this chart. If you guys follow me on February the 4th, I recommended XEC at 46.88. It's already up about 11 points or about 22% since then. I think the next target is going to be 62. We are. I added to the position the other day when it dropped in the 49.50 area because it had hit 53. So we added more. We're still holding it. Actually, was one of the positions that I had bought calls and made some money on that this week. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Thanks for stopping, buddy. I appreciate it. So XEC was one that we are holding. We added today into the portfolios that I manage. We added more eBay. We had 200 shares in one account, and we had sold 100 in the $62, $63 range. We got back in today for roughly $60 in change. Texas, let's go. CVS, we're not in it. CVS, we are going to probably get back into it, but we're waiting for it to settle down or touch around 65 area. That's where I like to see it at. Texas Roadhouse, I recommend it at 85. That's 90. That was still ahead. Dollar General actually is pulling back now again, and pretty much pulling back to where I recommend it. But there was plenty of times that you could have got into it and made just in a week 5-6% returns. So the only lagging stock right now is Bacar, which I recommended at 97. It's now at 93.30. It's only down 2%. So that's not a big deal. But obviously the story of the day with the market correction. And I had done a brief video on this yesterday, and there was a lot of money to be made on the puts in the morning, and then if you stepped in when it was down, you could, especially a lot of the tech stocks. Now, one of the stocks that I'm in, and it is her. I bought some calls, and I kind of got in too high yesterday at the peak because it would look like, basically, I thought, sometimes what'll happen in certain stocks, you can see earnings are due out tomorrow night. A lot of times some stocks will actually go up. Yesterday at one time the stock was 605. Today the stock was down to 535.58. So I got some calls, but they don't expire till next week. So I'm not. Even if I take a small loss on it, I'm okay. I did average down. I did the. Hey Jen, thank you for stopping. I appreciate it. Just talking about basically how the market did today and some of the positions that I did. I will have a video this weekend about the $1,500 challenge because I did do 10 or 12 option trades and doing okay. Some of the positions that I took in those are actually don't expire. I got some for timeout like a week or two. So what'll happen is even if when I do the options challenge, I will always talk about the value because the first week, if you notice, they were bought and sold closed positions. So if I have any open positions, Hey, Dave, thanks for stopping. If I have any open positions in the options challenge, I will assign the value that is what the closing price. So even though I think I could still make money on that position in the next 2 or 3 weeks as the option moves, basically when I end that week, it'll be the value of what the option is closed at that week before. Another stock I got into today is nnox. They have technology that's going to be basically better than X-rays and a lot cheaper. The machines are. So I'm going to be. You double down on Palantir. Yeah, Palantir was another ARC at one time today. Let's one day. One time today that touched down at 23.90. So that was down 4.5%, but long term they have a lot of government contracts. I'm actually thinking about. I'm keeping an eye on this stock. I might in the future. This might be a recommended stock that I might. I think it just became an IPO last year, but let me go 1 year. Yeah, I think so. Let me see the news. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy Wood is the lady in the ARC. The reason that Palantir stock sold off also was 3 executives sold 2.7 million shares. That's what the Security Exchange Commission said. But they still hold a lot of shares. Matthew Long sold 500,000 shares on February 18th, but he still owns almost 800,000. Yeah, so there's not many. They had revenue of 322 million, up 40%, well ahead of consensus of the street of 301 million. The only issue that I see with Palantir is a lot of government contracts, but that could be good or bad. The government always pays its bill. That's one good thing. But they did announce a partnership today with 3M. Yeah, and they're going to be using a lot of their products across 3M. So that they'll be doing. Yep, exactly. You got it. Exactly what happened. Exactly. Okay, nvda, like I said, earnings are tomorrow. Square had earnings after the bell, and the stock is down $12.14. I had gotten into Toll Brothers, and their earnings were obviously good, but sometimes you can still have good earnings, but when you're trading options, you need a certain move, otherwise you're not going to make money. What I'm learning with Webull here, there's little yellow cards here, so those are little notes that maybe came out on the stock. One of the positions I got, and like I said, I will talk about in the weekend review as far as the $1,500 options challenge, is Facebook. Facebook actually had a good day today. I got into some not a big position, because ironically the big position that I have right now is nvda calls. I have too much tied up into that. I sometimes what happens is you get in too big, and then you try to average down so that basically if you can almost break even on it, that that's fine, because if you honestly, I mean, like the 1 week, if you have 10 and if you lose on 2 and make on 8, it doesn't matter. So I did buy 2 more also eBay, but those weren't part of the $1,500 challenge. Those are ones that I had before, but I did buy more of the 1,500. So Facebook was one today. So let's see how that does over the next. It was at 267, 265. It hasn't actually. Facebook hasn't been doing much lately. I mean, it's pretty much been kind of flat for the whole month of February in the 270, 274, 275 range, and Let's see what it's done for the last 3 months. Yeah, it's had its ups and downs, but it's really pretty much been averaging around that 270 center mark. So, but it looks like maybe, I wonder if it's going to start breaking back out towards, I like how that, even with the red candle there, like starting to kind of break this down pattern. So I wonder if our next target is going to be around 275 within the next week or two. I have some 270 calls. So again, if I make $500 on that, that's okay. nvda, yeah, I did look that one up. That comes out tomorrow, Craig, after hours. I do have some calls on it, but I might take a loss on that because if I would have bought them today, I would be fine. But I bought some of the calls yesterday, and I bought them at the peak, and it looked like the stock was going to probably break out some. But, you know, that's the only problem with options. You got to really pay attention. But obviously they're going to have a strong quarter, and they're definitely going to do I mean, the stock could hit $600 tomorrow or even after hours. Well, I know they do a lot with gaming, Craig, and they, you know, obviously with the they're doing stuff with Bitcoin, you know, crypto, whatever. But you know, I've been following them for years. I remember back years ago when a guy I was following got in at 85 and watched it go to 200, and a couple times I was on the wrong side of it, and I should have been following it. So I did probably do in the last 2 days about 15 trades. I did sell a stock short after the bell. Not a huge position. Was into it. The TurboTax. Yep, exactly. But some news came out today, Craig, that they're limiting what people how much crypto they can make off this. So I have to let me see if that news is here. nvda news. Yeah, and nvda is trying to buy ARM, and the Chinese are trying to stop it. Yeah, earnings preview. But they will have earnings after the bell tomorrow. Any of you guys invested into the market, or what you think today? I know Dave had said he doubled down on Palantir. I told you we upped our position in eBay. Yeah, there's some sort of you know, technology company. Got into nnox. I talk about. Actually, probably got in one more, a little bit larger position was VERU. They have a breast cancer drug, and they're working on other. The stock took a hit the past. It came out and then it was up 25, but they just sold some stock to shore up their account, and that was here around. They sold it for $15.50. And the last 2 days, so you can see it's settling down. But hey, Carl, thanks for stopping. I appreciate it. Talking about the market today and what craziness it was. I talked a little bit about it yesterday. Palo Alto was the online security. That was actually, but a lot of stocks were down. Home Depot had a good announcement, and Home Depot today finished down $8.61. At one time, it was down almost $19 because they said that they had 25% growth, but they were Home Depot sales were up 25%. Yep, there it is. Home Depot sales are up 25%. But Wall Street is worried about basically this year compared to last year will probably be flat. So there won't be the same growth. So, I mean, that Home Depot, though, has been a tremendous company. My oldest son actually used to work for them. I mean, they grew back in 2012. They were doing about $75 billion. Now they're doing over. So they've almost up like 90% just in the last 8 years. And that's a big company. U.S. home and garden sales continue to rise. Sales of building materials, garden equipment, and supplies in the United States have been elevated since about $40 billion. $33 billion increase. Because more people, as they've stayed home with COVID, they've been working around the house and doing, a lot of those type things. So Home Depot, let's make the chart a little larger. It was down $18, and that's kind of been a stock that could. But today it took. Let's see what it's the last year. Yeah, I mean that bottomed out at 140.63, and probably peaked around 295 in August. So Disney's still doing tremendously well. Disney, even with today's down, like I said, the Dow finished slightly up. Had a good day. People are buying Disney, and I'm kind of amazed with the parks being closed. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Georgia. You live in Georgia, right? Yep. Disney was up today. I wonder now. Kohl's finished down only 22 cents. Kohl's is getting some activists that want to get involved in trying to get some new board of directors that want to invest in the company. If you guys have any questions in the chat, or you want to put a ticker symbol in there, just let me know and I can look it up. Another stock that I'm involved in is called Solo, which is basically a electric vehicle company based in Canada. It's a cheap stock. I'm following this one. I'm following because of a guy that I follow on Twitter. So I don't have a big position in it, but this guy that I follow and that really has a good track record. So I'm always researching online between Twitter, Yahoo, Webull, all these sites, in wanting to learn what opportunities exist out there. The news. Yeah. Vero has submitted a 505 new drug application with the FDA for Tadafin capsules, daily oral dosing combination for the benefit of for enlarged prostate. So the part of the yep. Eli Lilly is currently approved for that. Yep. So they're submitting another. Vero is submitting another application, and they're expected to get approved by December for prostate. Oh wow. Yeah, hold on. You got a lot of ones. Okay, let's pull them up real quick. Dave, I really do appreciate you. I know you haven't been coming around much lately on the reselling channel and stuff like that. And I really enjoy talking about stocks and different things here, and do it every day. So let's pull up some of your stocks. Moderna, it was down 920. I know that's one of the vaccine makers. Oh, I don't know this one. This is Round Hill Storms Storm Services. What company what do they do? This fund seeks capital growth. The fund for investment by and streaming companies that receive a majority of the rent from investment by. Oh, okay. I never heard of that one. Crowdsource. I'm familiar with. Oh, CrowdStrike. It was down 744 today. Tesla, obviously, we talked about. IDXX is Index Labs. TAN. Solar. Oh, that's a solar ETF. I know NIO. That's the Chinese car company. That would look like it was going to break out. Okay, I'll look up that one too, Carl. XLF is another, is the banking ETF, so I'm familiar with that one. Ericsson, okay, the phone. They must not get they don't get a whole, it was only down 10 cents. They don't get a whole lot of, you could see they don't get a whole lot of activity as far as trade-wise. Let's go back a year on that one. Yeah, it was down to 6. It hasn't done much, but 6 to 15, that's still a good return. Sometimes these companies, you wonder if they go out of business. XOM is obviously Exxon. I'm familiar with that. Exxon, think it was last summer, but there was a good opportunity. I remember when it hit bottom, it was down to 42. Yeah, 41.83. Oh, in January. No, that's in January. So let's go back a year. Yeah, I remember seeing. Oh, wow, it was down in the 30s. I mean, look at that. You almost you basically got 100% move off of the October lows, and that was like a double bottom from the March lows. So March it went from 30 to June 56, back down to 30. I knew someone that had gotten into it. And I was like, ooh, be careful because oil prices are low, and usually with election years, not time to. Usually after the election is over is to buy. I spelled subs wrong. Yeah, I did see that. Subs, it's an ET. I spelled it wrong. No. It came up. I didn't say ETF, but yeah, it was streaming because I pulled up this news article, and it did say that company did show up there. There was something else there, but thanks, Dave. And VOO. Oh, that's a Vanguard 500 ETF. So it seems like you 50% of your portfolio you keep in ETFs. So let's. Yeah, the company that I'm in is XEC, and it's I've done the last since the beginning of February up about 22%. So that's had a nice return. They're based in Colorado. Okay, Carl mentioned XERI. So let's pull up XERI. Oh, Banjo. I don't see. Oh, okay. Okay, wait a minute. Hopefully, last XERI. Yeah, I put it in there. It doesn't come up right. So I don't know if that's a bad symbol. It says Banjo. It's not. That's not it though. So Carl, I don't know if that's a bad symbol, but it's not coming up in there. Let's pull up Yahoo and see if wait a minute. XERI. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Aircraft industry company. There it goes. It's over the, maybe it's a pink sheet stock. Market cap is only $92 million. Do they have any revenue? And see, this is where if someone mentions a company and you want to pull it up and see what's going on, this is just a quick search. Let's see the profile of the company. They're based in Boca Raton, Florida. Oh, okay. It's a speculative company. It's nothing that many have heard about. So they probably don't have it. Do they have any sales? Wow, that's really done, though. Look at the market cap, 108, but it's only a 40. It's a penny stock. I don't trade penny stocks, but it was 2019 only 2 million. Now it's already at 108 million. Yeah, I don't see any revenue at all. Oh, no problem. No problem. And I'm glad you brought that up. This is not advice. I am not a licensed broker. I'm just a regular small investment guy who has experience in being a landlord, trading options, buying stocks, mutual funds. And I do this channel for basically financial education and experience. What experience? Because some people are like, oh, well, what experience do you have? Well, I have a lot of experience. And this is where I'm sharing with you that no guy that's running $100 million is not going to sit down on YouTube and talk with you guys on opportunities. And what I want to show you is that the regular guy can still invest and over the long run, create some wealth and or extra income. So we'll see what the market will hold tomorrow. Let's see if the futures. Yeah, the Dow futures is looking down. revenues will come when they leave the market and flying taxis and some such stuff. Yeah, obviously there's going to be a lot of issues with where they could fly, special licensing, and you can't go in certain so it's definitely a speculative stock as far as that. The NASDAQ futures is down a little bit. Yeah, this is the Kathy Woods lady they were talking about. She took funds took a big morning hit before rebounding. Oh yeah, you guys, I don't know if you've seen that. Tiger Woods, not stock market related, obviously, but Tiger Woods was in an accident. He had to be cut from his vehicle, so he had some leg injuries. I guess he was going to go into surgery. So let's hope he's all right, and he's only 45 years old. So yeah, I saw that news. So yeah, tomorrow will be interesting. I think we will probably have some up. I'm not worried about this being down 50 points and NASDAQ being down 50 points. I mean, you always have people that will get margin calls and stuff like that. But as far as worried about it, no, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, obviously, I hope that things go my way so that I can, make money. But another famous. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this Webull, when you're so busy and you're doing stuff, I wish I knew all how these were the hot industries. So the hot industry today, and it's neat, was oil and gas. It's all green, personal and household. So Procter & Gamble was up 94 cents, electric utilities. So let's see the 5 days, passenger transport. So it even shows you exactly which ones were the good ones. So there's a heat map. So there's a lot of things that you can look into, and you could say, okay, this one, you could click on and it says up 3.5%. Top gainers, top most active. AMC, Apple. Here's Apple. See if can you okay, so yeah, when you click that, it comes right up that way. Apple's been tremendous though. I tell you, the last couple of years, I mean, look at this. I mean, you could have picked up Apple the first week of 2019 in 2 years from $33 to $150, 5 times your money in 2 years. That's a tremendous return. So again, you guys haven't checked out Webull, just I'm trying to show you guys some of the things that it can do. Oh, casinos were up today. These are all little notes. Got to figure out all these little widgets and how they work. Net inflow, advanced decline. So there was more decliners today, 4,213 decliners versus 1,910 advancers. Now, a lot of stocks even still closed down, but they closed way up from the lows where they were at. 52-week new highs. There was even still stocks that made new 52-week highs today, though. Takes a lot, people don't realize it takes a lot of work to be looking into some of this stuff, trying to figure out what the opportunity. I don't try to. Sometimes I think some people can get involved in too many stocks, and that's a mistake because you can overwhelm yourself. Find like 10 good companies and just focus on them. I mean, I know people that's all they focus on. They don't focus on like any other companies. They pretty much trade those stocks, and they do tremendously well throughout the year on those particular stocks. So, all right, guys, that's all I wanted to talk. Oh, Value Line, I love that. You still get it? That thick. If anyone doesn't know Value Line, here I'll pull it up on. I was a big Value. I used to love to sit there, and I would look forward to. I don't know if it was Friday or Monday when we would get it, and you could sit there and look through the. The thing is, that was a $500 a year subscription, but I used to like when if I went to a library that had it, I would look at it. But the one broker that I would go to, sometimes they would give me a little bit of the old ones. Oh, let's see. Oh, it requires a subscription, but yeah, Value Line is a great tool to use, to like a snapshot. Well, now you can even get it digital on your computer. You can get both the hard copy and the book. Plus, they even make ones for swing trading and small. So there's a lot of different things that the Value Line here. I'm doing a commercial for Value Line. I'm doing a commercial. Yeah, that it was the newspaper paper print that it would come on and stuff like that. But I do appreciate you guys supporting me. You know, there's always something to talk about in the market. I don't want to get into talking about 40 different stocks today. You know, I try to really focus and do videos on stuff that I'm trading or watching or interested in. You know, it doesn't pay to talk about stuff that I don't know about. So I do appreciate you guys' support. If you guys could click the thumbs up and comment below, I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a good night and make some money tomorrow.